Hi, Dr. Stowe here.
Hi, Mary. It's nice to be here.
Well, we just met with Dr. Allen, and we wanted to meet with you also and talk about some of the facets and the fascinations of Omega Hospital. You're a part now of this team of NOLA Gabbers, and it's a special team, and what makes it so special is that each physician has a specialty. So I'd like to know what your specialty is.
Well, since maybe 1993, I do only breast surgery.
Is it true or false that if a woman has a mastectomy, that the cancer will not return and that she will not need the radiation or chemo treatments?
Well, it's partly true, partly false. Women who are candidates to have their breasts preserved, but who elect to undergo a mastectomy, usually do not require radiation. There are exceptions to that. Some women who have more advanced disease, even though they may have a mastectomy, they may still need radiation afterwards. But for a majority of women, those women who elect to have mastectomy usually don't need radiation. Those women that have lumpectomies or breast conserving surgery usually do need radiation.
We want to thank you and Omega for letting us come today, and I know your reputation exceeds yourself. I have heard so much about you, and I know the NOLA Gabbers is happy to have you as part of the medical team, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary. It's a pleasure to be here.
Folks, when it comes to choosing breast care, my choice is Omega. Make it yours too.
Mardi Gras time is here and the crews are rolling, and the best fun is catching the throws, especially the Zulu coconuts. One special coconut made its way to the White House to President Obama, and we're going to meet the local artist and visit his gallery in Gretna.
I'm here at the design studios of Keith Eccles, the artist who designed the famous coconut. Hi, Keith.
Hi, Mary. How are you? Welcome to the studio.
And this is a famous coconut.
Yes, ma'am. That's what the fuss is all about. I was commissioned by Zulu last year about this time to do coconut for 100 years of Zulu and the inauguration of President Barack Obama. We had a 72-hour window to make it happen, and that was the final result for it. I'm very proud of this. It was a great statement to the city of New Orleans as well as my students.
Well, I hear you're not only quite an artist, but you're quite a teacher. You teach at L.W. Higgins, and I understand you've won Teacher of the Year 3 times.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct. I've also won the Distinguished Educator Award of 2009, offered by Jefferson Parish School Board, and I was nominated for the Circle of Excellence for Delgado Community College. So I'm very proud of this.
Wonderful. And you have a fascinating studio, and we'd love to take a look. Why don't you show us around?
Okay, come on, let's take a look.
Keith, how do you describe your style?
It's sort of a folk pop art style. I've created many years of painting. My artwork is signature New Orleans. It's very bright, it's very festive. These are the types of images that I grew up not far from the studio, 4th and Amelia. Again, I'm very proud of being from here. So I think my work is reflective in the style and the colors and the images that I use. I paint things that I've experienced in my life, and these are the things that I've done. I like working big. I like working colorful, and as you'll see in some of my paintings, the color and the signature black outline, it can be picked out anywhere. So that's the things that I like to include in my paintings.
And it's a real reflection of culture. It really is for New Orleans.
Right, and a lot of the pieces that I do, like the Zydeco paintings that I've done, and some of the jazz things, those things that I've experienced, because you can be from Louisiana and there's so many different cultures and so many venues that you really can't see it all in a lifetime, I feel. So that's why every time I experience something, I put it down on canvas and then I share it with the rest of the world the way that I see it. So that's kind of what you're looking at.
And Keith, you know, I think the community is really supporting artists in our area, because I know that a lot of businesses, hospitals, offices, they are actually featuring local artists' works on their walls.
Right, and everywhere. I mean, we get calls all the time. I got a call last week about helping somebody get a basketball court done.
Speaking of that, I happen to have a picture of that right here if you want to.
Yes, this is at Truman Middle School. Calling in, he was a principal, kind of had his back against the wall and needed some help. So he put some people together. I got some kids together. He got inspired, and in 3 days they painted his gym and finished it. So I'm very proud of those kids, and I'm very proud to be a part of something like this that other kids, even younger kids, are going to benefit from in this city. So yeah.
That's great. And what I love about you is you not only do the artwork, but you share your talent with kids. You have classes called Art and Soul classes. and I've heard that you don't have to be artistically inclined for that. I know I'm not artistic. I doodle, but everybody doodles. But
Right.
you don't have to be artistic.
No, my art and soul classes are for my adult students. They come in, they do paintings. I instruct them from beginning to end. They come in, it's usually about 3 to 4 hours, and they come in and do these things. And when they leave, they take a beautiful piece of artwork home with them. So, yes. And then the other thing that I offer is the West Bank Art Camp. That is for my younger kids. That goes on from May to August, and we have about 55 to 60 kids a week. For those weeks, we take all of the paintings down to the studio, we put carpets down, and we make it kid-friendly. And the kids show up, they experience art, and they take it home with them as well.
And you know something else about you, you not only have small prints that you work on, but you can go to life-size murals bigger than life, is that correct?
Right, I've worked on some pretty big projects in my life. I've worked on, you name it. My classrooms at Higgins High School are painted floor to ceiling. Murals all over the city we've painted. And like I said, the basketball court, and it's just really whenever the phone rings, it could be anybody.
Thank you so much for having us here. And before we leave, I did want to mention your son's room. It's like Disneyland out here. It's something just incredible. There's been a lot of newspaper stories and articles on his room. Tell us about his room.
Luke wanted a room like his brother. Kyle had a room before that had 168 characters floor to ceiling. My boys drew and painted the room as well. The fish are cut out of wood. It's 3D. There's stuff hanging. You really have to see it to appreciate it.
I can imagine. I can only imagine. How long did it take you to do that?
2 months.
Thank you so much for letting us tour your art galleries and for meeting you, and the best of luck to you.
No, thank you, Mary.
The Saints are sensational, and I'm with the Saints-sations, and I'm going to take you for a behind-the-scenes look at what goes on behind those pom-poms.
Well, the 2010 Sensations calendar is sizzling, and I happen to have the cover girl right here with me, and she's Percy Hamilton. Hi, Percy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
What an honor.
Thank you.
It must have been exciting for the shoot and the whole thing.
Oh, it was. It was so much fun. We shot the calendar here in New Orleans this year at City Park, which was really amazing. The scenery and the flowers was just amazing. And here I'm on Ted Gormley's field, so we had access to the stadium. It was just an awesome experience.
My mission is to make sure that these girls understand that they're positive women role models in the community for young girls, and to prepare them for the business world and be able to meet and greet people and represent a great organization. Right now they're representing the Saints, but hopefully they'll go on in their career and represent not only another organization but themselves.
What I love most is just hanging out with the girls. I've formed a lot of friendships, and I've definitely grown as a woman. I'm very professional. I feel like they've taught me a lot other than just dancing. You know, I know how to give interviews, I know how to talk to professionals, so it's taught me a lot.
My favorite part about being a Saintsation is definitely reaching out to the community. Most people just see us as dancers on the field, but we really try hard to go out in the community and just work in a bunch of charities. Our main charity this season has been working with the Angels Place Foundation. That was a lot of fun. We've done over 100 appearances in the last month, so we've been really busy with that.
We love our Saints and we love our city, and together we're real New Orleans.
I'd love to hear from you, so please go to my website at www.realneworleans.tv. And remember, if it's Sunday in New Orleans, it's Real New Orleans on ABC. See you next Sunday, and always remember, keep smiling, everybody. Bye-bye.
What I found in the French Quarter, the only pair of black and gold dogs in the city. Go, Dad. Who, Dad?